Here's our Blue Jays reporter, Scott Mitchell, in a sweltering dome. Scott, Yusei Kikuchi, not great in the early going of this series opener. He settles in. He gives the Jays a chance to win. What do you make of the way that Kikuchi's been pitching lately, Scott?
Well, you nailed it tonight. He gave them a chance to win, and that's the key part. And when you look at Kikuchi's starts, they always seem to be eventful, and we figured we were going that way in the first inning when he gave up a couple. But obviously the Jays answered, their offense answered, and he kind of settled in a little bit, and a little bit of a different kind of pitch mix for him. Pete Walker said in the first inning, the slider, they didn't like the shape, so he backed off that, went really fastball heavy, which is interesting for him. But really, there's been two issues in Kikuchi's career, whether it's in Seattle, whether it's here last year. It's been the home run ball, which got him tonight in the first inning, and he's now given up 15 in his 11 starts. And it's the walks. And when you look at his game log this year, he was really, really excellent in the first few starts of his season. And everyone thought, you know, maybe he had fixed something, 8 walks in his first 8 starts. But 5 tonight, you kind of see the same sort of things creeping back in, and you really never know what you're going to get every 5 days with Kikuchi. And one little interesting wrinkle that the Blue Jays could consider doing down the road, and they have tossed the idea around, is splitting up Kikuchi and Manoah, who will go on Wednesday, because those are the two guys that haven't really been pitching deep into games. So giving the bullpen a break, maybe getting Gausman in between those two would be ideal. And it's interesting. Kikuchi, obviously the contract, 3 years, $36 million. People don't look at it as a good one, but when you look at the stuff and how he pitches, you know, there's a reason they keep rolling this guy out every 5th day, and he gave him a chance to win tonight.
Yeah, and you can see why they signed him to the deal in the first place. You're right. The potential is so there. 8 hits for the bottom 4 in Toronto's lineup. That's like a manager's dream, right, Scotty? I mean, how nice is it for John Schneider for the bottom of the order to be contributing like this?
Yeah, and Schneider was talking about after the game. He said this is how they're built. You obviously look at the top of the lineup: George Springer, Bo Bichette, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. These are the guys that are paid to, you know, put up the big offensive numbers. But the difference between the offenses you've seen the last couple of years in 2021 and 2022 is they were a lot longer, a lot more length to the lineup, a lot more depth. And that's what you haven't seen in these first couple months with the Jays, and that's why their offense just statistically isn't quite as good. And you saw it on the last homestand. They couldn't get those key hits, and obviously a ton of difference tonight. You see 13 hits, just 1 extra base hit. So, you know, those hits are starting to drop now, and you're kind of seeing what this club could look like. And obviously the Brewers 2 more games here before they head to New York, so the schedule is still very, very tough, and they need contributions from out this lineup to be able to win ball games.
And you mentioned Alek Manoah earlier. The Jays will have a chance for a 2nd straight series win on Wednesday, and Manoah will be on the bump. Scotty Mitchell, you're the best. We'll talk to you tomorrow.